We're here to discuss business with Nhlanhla.
Yeah, and we're starting off with the
Soweto Parliament, Commander's Morning. Laxi, how are you?
I'm okay, my brother. How are you?
I'm alright, thanks.
Yeah.
Mangen, I'm not sure if you can keep time there. We have to film for like 1 hour 15 max.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So I don't know if you can give me markers at 30, or you can even tell me 30, 1 hour. Yeah, 1:15. Lux, let's hit, bro, so that we don't waste time. The last time you and I sat was on Convo, and you promised, I hate promises, but you promised that we can speak about how you've made money and business. And I'd like you to take us through that journey, please, at your leisure. And if you don't mind, I'll interrupt here and there, but I'm here to hear your story of how Nhlanhla started making money, how he makes money, and.
Yeah. So, geez, my business journey starts with me in boarding school at JP Boys. And back then, we didn't have computers in every household, right?
Jeez, so, you're old.
Yeah.
There were no computers.
Yeah, there were no computers in every household.
You guys were faxing. All we see is the black and white.
So the library, so the school library had a computer with a CD writer. And because I would then commute on Fridays, I was at boarding school at Sesebi House. I would then commute on Fridays to go home if we don't have like a rugby match and we don't sleep in. But I'd go home and come back sometimes, but most of the times I'm at school. So on my way home, I'd pass Gandhi Square. Back in my day, it was Van der Bijl. I'd pass Van der Bijl and stock up on empty CDs, and I would buy originals, and I would make so many copies of.
You were a pirate?
Yeah.
What inspired that?
At that time, it wasn't commercially defined as piracy.
Sure.
Because, I mean, it was starting out, and nobody knew what's
Fair
what.
enough.
I just had the resources at school, at the school library, and we could burn stuff from like school assignments on the CD because we didn't have USBs and etc. It just came. We were transitioning from a floppy disk into a CD. Yeah. So I would then burn music, Asha, R. Kelly, and
all the soft stuff.
All the soft stuff because my target market. No, I hadn't met you then, so I couldn't.
Yeah, this interview is actually going off the rails. I'm sorry, Nhlanhla, I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's actually keep it serious. Sorry, so you're burning music.
Yeah, for Parktown girls. All the girls' schools and all the co-ed schools because, even the guys were a bit softer. So they do that soft music. So I had a market, right? So I had a market and let me tell you, I sold so many CDs that I bought my first car, which was a Beetle.
No ways.
1976 Beetle. I was living in boarding school, zero expenses.
What grade was this, sorry?
It was in grade 9.
Grade 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was living in boarding school, and I had zero expenses. Food is at school, and every single cent that I make comes to me. And I used to buy the newspaper religiously in boarding school. Well, we used to get them religiously in boarding school, and I remember the junk mail was one of the things. Was the Google of the time?
Yes,
junk mail, and we check everything on junk mail. It's like maybe. What online shopping?
Yeah, Gumtree, OLX probably at some point.
My boy, Gumtree. That's where we used to do our stuff, right?
Yeah. So junk mail was that.
Yeah, it was that time, basically. Yeah. And I saw this car, and that was my target. I was like, I'm gonna sell X amount of CDs for me to get this car.
How much was the car?
The car was like 5,500 rand.
5,000. Do you remember how much you were selling CDs for?
Yeah, I do. I was selling per school. I would make easily 500 rand. Per school at an order, and I'd go.
How much was the CD? And were you selling one album, or was it like a compilation?
Don't know. Like I'll be dead honest with you. I'd mix the music.
Okay.
So hits after hits after hits.
Okay.
I do that, and I'd write like Nhlanhla hits latest, and all these girls would buy it. But geez, the exact numbers because.
No problem. 500 per school.
Yeah.
Looking to make 5,500 for the Beetle.
Yeah, for the Beetle. No, 500 per school per order.
Yeah.
Yeah, like straight up. Like everybody would buy CDs.
You're balling out of control.
Out of control. Insane. So if people, those who know me will remind you, and I like saying, go to my hood, come Mirolens. Mirolens will tell the story because they lived the experience with me. And when the Beetle came and school, it was November, we're writing December. I then had to take it home.
This is grade 9?
Yeah.
You were 15-ish.
Yeah. Then I have to take it home now. Now I'm driving. Hey, I'm scared of getting on the highway. But I could drive from the hood because,
Okay.
I come from a family of, like, my dad, Mapantsula. So, like driving, you wash the car, you can reverse it back. They allow you as long as your mom is not looking. Your uncles and your dad's like, drive a boy. So we knew how to drive.
Sure.
And now I'm now driving this Beetle back home. And as soon as I get home, my mom and dad were divorced a long time at the time. And my mom didn't allow the car to get in.
Jeez.
Like, there's no way you have a car. Koloi. And because mothers are mothers, and, if your father's a banzola gangster, like, my guest of file koloi. Where are the papers? Where? And let me tell you, I have the papers in the flip file in my bag. I'm like,
Clips.
Says, Van Wyk, never! Because I couldn't change the car into my name.
Sure.
Van Wyk, affidavit, never. I can't much thing. So opposite my house in Mirrorlands, that's where the Beetle parked for many years until I turned 18 and I could register the damn thing in my name. So that was the first business. And I think it's important, the car story, because it's not a boasting story. It's a story that teaches you something about business. If your business has a goal to reach, and we are all clear what the goal is, your business will reach that goal. Because your business is an energy that vibrates too. So if you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, like if you're just selling sweets and you're just selling sweets because sweets are sold, you will not get anywhere. I've seen houses in the hood, ice pen, things are my eyes. In the summer, like you put like oros in plastic, put in the fridge, and or
KZN used to call that spreader.
Well, so if I've seen businesses that redo their entire house, renovate the house just from that business.
Just from ice.
And ice that time is like 10 cents back in the day. Sure. And you like ask yourself, what are the profit margins? How did they get that right? They had a target. So I had a target with selling the CDs until grade 9 ends. I come back as grade 10. Then just before the winter, I get moved to St. David's. My market drops. That's the end of that business. I'm like, none of these white boys are going to buy CDs from me.
They fucking got computers at home.
They have computers at home. What do I do?
Yeah.
So I knew that the hustle spirit is there because I'm from the hood, and naturally we hustle for the next meal. Not that you are poor, but and for you to buy quarter, we then say, Pen, we're playing soccer against the guys from down the road, and we must beat them for us to have like nice quarter.
It's a culture.
It's a culture. So the hustling spirit is inside of us, So when I get to like St. David's and these opulent spaces, I then had to step up my business game, big time, big time. And I remember I had like a dry season of business. Like my entire grade 10, I was like, I don't know what to do.
Sure.
Like
and you're in a new environment, I guess. You're also still adjusting.
Yeah, like I'm still learning the environment. And I remember then I started doing business opposite to what I know. I would then take what is lost and found at St. David's and go sell it in the hood, because there, the value is too much. I would then take, so at St. David's...
You were taking things that were not yours.
Yeah, lost and found.
You just went to lost and found, you collected things and you...
Yeah, like maybe on the way out, I'm like, this take here, this one, I know my nigga fish would buy this thing. And I take and we just go sell it out there. But I was like, but this one is not the one. It's not the one that can buy me a Beetle, because it's based on luck, not on hard work.
Sure.
I must be lucky enough to find something. Nah, I can't do that. What do I then do? Okay, these boys, and I'm not saying white boys, black boys for the sake of, like, I'm just trying to like give you perspective. I'm like, they never repeat a soccer boot or a rugby boot. When R9, Cristiano Ronaldo or Beckham comes out, they've got the Beckham. What happens to the other boots?
Sure.
And I was like going around collecting old boots. Sometimes it's to give away to a soccer team in Soweto. So
that would be your story?
Yeah, half the time it's true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you'd ask the gents, please may I have your old boots?
Give me your old boots.
I want to donate to the gents.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not asking for the land. I'm just asking for the boots. and they put me on the boots.
Sure.
And I'd give
some
that I promised to give, but nearly everybody's giving me boots. Then I'm pushing. I'm now selling on the side. But do you remember David Beckham had that sick boot with with that pattern on the side
Sure.
to help you curl the ball.
Sure.
Jeez, I made so much money with that boot in the hood.
Beckham's.
Yes, sis. I made so much money. And I remember I was like, now I need a goal. What do I do? I need golf clubs. And that's how I bought my first golf clubs.
Of selling
second-hand soccer boots.
And this was because you were playing golf at the time.
This was because I was playing golf, but my equipment was not like everybody else's. Golf equipment you can easily spend my brother. Like, wait, 25K ain't nothing. Like, really, if you a real golfer, like 30K, you could, you know. So, and don't forget, 30K is like how much back then? 30K. Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but in whatever golf clubs.
And
the kids would cost.
Yeah. So I mean, my mom is not buying me no golf club.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I bought my first golf set, and I got into golf. And when you grind your own equipment, it'll also reflect in your own hustle of the game, your own brilliance.
Yeah.
If your parents buy you, I mean, I'm not looking down on people who their parents can buy them golf clubs, but I mean, I bought my golf clubs. So my development had a deeper investment because this is me.
There's a sentimental value to it.
For sure.
I earned and I sweated for these things.
For sure, my brother.
It's not like dad bought them. I don't even know how much
sure,
they cost.
For sure.
Yeah.
And this is a rare skill in the hood, and you can't even like really play golf. Gomirolens. There's no golf course, Gomirolens. You know, so luckily Pinville had a golf course, and fast forward, that's why I actually bought and have one of my main houses in Pinville opposite the golf course, because it resonates with who I am, and I participated in that golf course many years. So
that's pretty dope. You know, we normally hear stories of township kids going to visit suburbia and saying, one day I will own here.
Yeah.
You went to suburbia and you were like, I'm gonna buy a Posi Ekasi opposite what I actually
for
love.
Sure. 1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%. And I promised everyone, including myself, that we'll have a view of when you wake up, you'll be able to open the curtains and just see a golf course, but here in the hood. And it's exactly like that. So that's where like the business started, the spirit of hustling started.
In high school.
Yeah, in high school. So I then promised myself that I need to convert the hustle, because it's more of casual business, and upgrade to business. This
is still in high school or post high school?
This is still in high school.
Okay.
And I'm like, all these networks, all these people that I'm meeting here at St. David's and the other networks that are connected to St. David's, I need to make them work. But I think it doesn't cut it to say I'm from Soweto. Doesn't cut it. Like, so what if you're from Soweto? I can speak English better than some kids here. So what? There's nothing that you're offering these people.
Yeah.
So there's no investment that can come towards you. So I was like, a little bit of patience. Let me exercise patience. What do we do? And I remember we had, back in Soweto, we could go to parks, and Kazata, the spirit of Ukazata.
You know Kazata?
Ukazata is like put money together so that we can hire a kumbi, and then the sickest kumbi with sound, and we all get in on a Saturday and we go to the park and we chill. And so already that was something I knew from the hood.
Yeah.
And like, okay, we're now going to things like metric vac, Nhlanhla, bro. So these people are booking through agencies. Why excited like get a plan or a few of them? Because I couldn't afford to like go to metric vac because the budget was too much. My mom was like, you're mad. I'm not doing those things. You know the story. So somewhat hustle, like, if this one and this one and this one and this one, we put money together and the accommodation is 4,000, but the money we put together, 6 of us, it's 6,000, I've got 2,000. So it's the hustle spirit in the game. So knowing how to make a profit needs to be part of your lifestyle to do business at a high level. So that, I mean, the foundation of high school with hustling and making a profit, some boxes that are tick, 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 tick. And we now moving post after matric. So after matric, one of the things that I did was I continued to study golf. I continued to do my PGA with Dennis Brains. May his soul rest in peace. And one of the first things I did as soon as I completed my PGA with the PGA in South Africa, Royal being the head office, I then took the skill to the Township.
Of golf?
Yeah. I opened a driving range at a prison called Sun City Prison, which is Johannesburg Prison. I then had development, took young kids, taught them how to play golf. Some of the professional golfers today used to come and practice at my driving range. Muswalo Netunzi is one of them, Sipho Bujela is one of them. They're all pros right now as we speak.
That's dope.
You see, so but James
You're doing this as a business or?
Yeah. So I was doing it as development.
Sure.
50% development because I needed to bring the skill into the hood because I knew what the economy of this business, of the industry, golf. But the access to golf is not a golf course. It first starts with the driving range. That's like your first step into golf. And then you must then have the ability to play, then access golf courses and play. So I knew that I have a responsibility to bring golf into the hood. And I did exactly that. And I'm happy that in my short lifetime, I saw the results. Young people were able to really get their skills sharpened, golf skills sharpened. And in the process, I managed to, with my networks that grew from just having that facility, they grew tremendously. And part of, business for young people that are watching, relationships are a serious commodity in business. You need to convert a relationship into profit. Everything must be converted into profit. Otherwise, you're wasting time. You're not in business. You're in stock fields. Like Nhlanhla.
Or you're into charity work.
Yeah. You must also decide what you're doing.
Sure.
So, then, in the space, the name went out there. There was issues with a very old golf course in Namarencha, city of Johannesburg owned, and wiggled my way there, find myself in boardrooms, now discussing possible acquisition of this old golf course. Fast forward, I get it.
Hey, you're fast forwarding.
Yeah, because we don't have a lifetime.
So you've left. Sure. Sorry.
So I'm at the driving range.
Yeah, you've done the driving range. Sorry, there's 3 names you mentioned. We caught the 2. I think I interrupted you on the 3rd.
Yeah.
If you can please just mention the gents again.
Who?
The guys that are now professional.
Yeah.
That came through.
So like a person like James Kamte will tell you. James
Kamte.
Yeah.
And then there were 2 other names.
Muswalo Netunzi.
Muzi
Netunzi.
Netunzi.
Yeah, Netunzi.
And the other
and Sipho Bujela. Yeah, a lot of them would come.
Sure.
And at that time, James was a pro and many others were pros, but at the time, the juniors who were actually there for development were Muzi and Bosipo, that class, whom today are now professionals.
And through that work, you managed to catch the attention of certain people, in the golf world.
Yes.
This is no longer Kasi people or black people, but all around.
All around.
And they identified something in you.
Yeah.
And they invited you to come and see what's going on at Emerenche. And in that, they invited you to say, look, there's an opportunity to acquire this thing. Let's see if we can maybe help you.
Because yes, you clear pen. But at the time, it was, I don't think the opportunity was just going to be given to me, because again, I'm from Soweto. It doesn't cut it. Number 1, I'm competent. Number 2, I have a case study that I've got a driving range. I'm producing.
And you've got a market.
I've got a market. And you come on any ordinary school holiday or weekend, fully packed with young people. So these guys then say to me, yo, do you think you could do this? Is an assignment big enough? You need bank guarantees, you need this and that. I didn't have the bank guarantees, nor did I have the funding for the golf course, but I had the expertise and the skill.
Sure.
Because I just did my PGA a few years ago. So what does that mean? That means I also have a database that is fresh of people that graduated with me a year before me, a year after me, that I all know.
Yeah.
Some of them are already in golf courses working. Some of them are at the farms working. But I've got this pool of people, network, meaning if I need a grader because I now have to design this golf course, bring it to life, design it, elevate the tee boxes, design the greens, design the drainage systems, design everything. And if I needed a machine, on my phone, I just call, yo, I need a machine. Oh, Lux, no, good for it. Yeah, we'll send a van. Boom, 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 boom. I'm cutting. I didn't spend money to build that golf course. Guys, I need fertilizer. Okay, I'll ask at my golf course. I'm sure we've got enough to share with you. No problem. Boom.
People that you knew in your networks were giving you.
Were giving me
this
everything that I need.
This now takes us back to high school where mates were giving you stock in terms of boots. Now it's again mates giving you like, look, we've got extra.
100%.
Sure.
Right. So I then pen make it work. Nobody gets disappointed the investment that everybody puts in me. Some even with their own time and hands, because at school we were training to be greenkeepers, so we also understand how to build a golf course ourselves with our own hands in mind. Our hands were working. It's not only theoretical learning there, So some of them would come and like, no, Lux, why? Are you sure? Do you want this elevation? Do you want the gradient? Do you want this to be like this? And we qualified, we debated, because we're not like Tiger Woods level designing where, know. But this is our first major real project. We're designing a real project. And for them, I'm happy that they had that type of mentality. They were like, geez, this is an amazing opportunity for all of us to learn, because this is a real golf course. It's not a practical.
I want to ask what a PGA is.
Yeah,
I want to ask, if it's confidential, please feel free to say so.
No, it's not. It's
how much the purchase price was for the golf course and how you managed to buy it. The PGA first and the importance of it. What is that?
It's Professional Golfers Association, and then the
do you study? Is it a course?
Yeah, it's a course. It's like doing your sports degree.
Okay, sports science.
Yeah, sports.
So you go and you study it.
Yeah,
and you become proficient in the golf world.
Yeah,
is it something you'd recommend for kids?
I would definitely.
You don't need to play golf or be good in golf.
It's a requirement. Back in the day, we used to, if I'm not mistaken, minimum at worst you must be a 5 handicapper.
So you play to qualify.
You play to qualify because 50% of it is focused on the game.
Okay.
A lot of the guys would then qualify and go play on the circuit and qualify to be a professional golfer.
Okay.
Or some of them would then say, I'm going into the business of golf.
Okay.
I'm going to work at a golf course, or I'm going to start a business in golf. I'm going to coach in golf. Because that's all you get. The entire industry is.
I've never heard of it, so it's unique as something, because kids are told of all these things to go and study, and I've never heard of this. So a kid who's passionate about golf, if they can't reach out to you, anyone close to them or a golf club, go and learn, go and get better, and then look into this PGA thing as a potential career.
Yeah.
Outside of being a player, you're saying there's an entire ecosystem.
For sure.
Okay. Purchase price of the golf club in Emerentia. I'm not sure if it was called Emerentia Golf Club. Yeah. And how you managed to get the money.
Yeah, maybe. No. So it wasn't even worth the purchase, to be honest with you. But there's some money that was paid that I don't think it's important. But it's not millions. Right?
Is it something like it was running at a loss and
it was closed? It was nothing.
Okay.
So it was costing. So the reason why nobody wanted it, it was too expensive to
run,
not run to bring
to
back.
Fix and
I do not know the reasons why it went under.
Sure,
I have no clue.
I don't know if you know. Sorry, this is just a small deviation.
Yeah,
because it's a thing that came up recently in the city of Joburg, and it's something countrywide. People don't know, and I don't know if it's worth a conversation. You look at some of our big sports clubs, and especially golf courses, all the way to the Western Cape, the top. These guys pay Boma R2, 50 Rand rent a year to the municipal and it's leases that were signed years ago, 99-year leases, and now they're looking into renegotiate them because some of these places make tens of millions every year. Some are obviously running at a loss, etc. So I'm only raising it in the context of people might think maybe you're being done a favor, and I don't know if it's still possible today. You can get sports clubs around the country. You speak to municipality. If you can run it, if you can fix it, it's not necessarily that you have to buy anything, because it tends to belong to the city.
Yeah.
And if you were lucky, which probably won't happen anymore, and you get R2 a year rent, as long as you can run it properly, it serves the community, it's developing kids.
For sure.
Maybe also a potential avenue for people to look into.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that goes with many government-owned properties, buildings in town that people don't even know how much the leases are. People get leases for nothing, etc., etc. It's not only golf courses, but it happens in the golf space, definitely. So the golf course then runs. Listen, I've never seen so much money in my whole life.
Huh?
I mean, at the time.
Membership fees.
Everything. Or membership, or you part of the club. I remember I had a club called Black Sundays. And if black brothers and sisters are honest, it's most of them that I'll not mention by name started playing. Some are very famous today. Started playing golf, interacting with golf. Got Black Sundays. Black with the BLAQ.
Sure.
Because it was an initiative from me as the guy that owns the means of production to say that I'm giving access to my niggas in the hood that I know.
Yeah.
Without me giving them this type of access to this type of industry, there's a big chance they might not access golf. And you're all growing up. At some point, you're going to have to participate in golf or networking. So this is a little I can do. I charge people zero, nothing. I'd put up prizes. I'd say that this week, whoever wins gets maybe 2 categories. The best golfers, most competent, I'd put them on like 10K and the others 5K. That's too much money.
This is money coming from the golf club itself, not from anywhere else.
No. So
at each time, up to here in the story, you're focusing on one hustle at a time. You're not doing multiple things.
One hustle at a time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
is that something that you believe in?
I think because I never grew up got team of what. I never had a team. So I couldn't multitask too much.
Okay.
I had to like literally bite what I can chew and hold on to what I can see.
Sure. And focus.
I didn't want to be too reaching and
problem.
hope that I can hold on to something. I didn't work on hope. That's why I'm not like a religious man. I'm a practical man. Like I do things that are practical, that are achievable, that are tangible, that are just baby steps, but short steps. I don't take massive steps, so the idea can be massive, but not the step. You better like watch, like we move properly, not.
Are you at liberty to give numbers? You say you've never seen so much money in your life?
Yeah. So, I mean, let's move from buying Beetleya 5,500, which was the biggest achievement, to now all of a sudden making a little bit more money than that. But tiny bits, because you're selling this there, soccer boots there, doing that there. But when you check at the end of the year, I could have bought another Beetle if I wanted to, but it's a little bit more. But you're still in the 5,000. I mean, what was 3 digits, like, Nyana, it's fine. We up for December. But that money, by the way, would end up in my aunt would hustle me, like, Nhlanhla, because I didn't have a need for money. Listen, Pen, when I was in my school tracksuit, I was enough. I wasn't the guy that buys Lacoste and what. I've never been part of that culture ever. I don't do those things, and I think it's a traditional boys' school culture that helped with that, because you're always in your uniform. That's why now even my casual clothes look like uniform. So it's part of the psychological makeup that I really cherish up until today. Yeah. So the golf course then makes, instead of the 5,000 at the end of the year, I'm now like every Monday I'm paying people, because people are now working for me. I have like an establishment now, and people are lining up to get their money.
Do you remember how old you were? Rough estimate.
Hey, Pen, dude. Yeah, I was just after like around 21, 22, 20. Okay. Somewhere there.
You're paying human beings.
Yeah, I'm paying human beings, everybody older than me.
This stuff, you were never flustered. You weren't feeling some type of way paying people.
Nix.
And I'm guessing some of them were older than you.
All of them were older than me.
And you never felt any type of way?
The people that were younger than me were my family members that I pull into the establishment and say that you've just run the till, or do you do this, or I'm coming. And
sure.
Yeah. And then you'd pay people and get left with like 40K.
A month?
No, a Monday.
40K a Monday?
Yeah, like on a Monday. And it depends. If there was like public holiday and it extends to the Monday, it's bad. Like, you
This is people coming to play golf, or is there something else that was operating?
People playing golf.
Only?
Only.
Paying to play golf?
Paying.
Not that you guys at a restaurant, at a Bepuzuchwala.
Yellow Lays are my favorite chips today, because I just buy Lays. That would be the snack of that place.
People were paying to play golf?
People were.
Do you remember how much it was, roughly?
It depends. 18, I think roughly you would pay at Bomatlipa gave to play 9 holes. And then I'd also give lessons, because I'm qualified, right?
Hey.
I'd also give lessons.
Sure.
My other niggas would come and they also give lessons and rent out space and pay me profit share on the lessons.
Clipper Scave is how much?
The Clipper's like, it's 100 Rand.
100 and what? 100 and something?
Yeah, 100, 150, sometimes.
For 9 holes?
200 Rand, depending. Like, so would also have major competitions. Then people would also come and be part of the competition. Let's say on a Wednesday, I've got a meat competition. And whoever wins gets like half a lamb.
Sure.
And to play is like 500 Rand.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Sure.
And some competitions that I would participate in, and people would want to beat Lux and a few other pros.
Yeah, but you can't win.
No, but I can save the bank.
By winning?
No, look. It's either... Look.
The half odds. A lamb can play against Ulax.
No, half a lamb, I don't participate.
Oh, okay.
Then maybe we then say that Ulax puts 10K. You come with 2K.
Sure.
You beat Lux, you get 10K.
Okay.
How many niggas are coming through with their 2Ks trying to beat Lux?
It's
giving was business. Like, we know the story, it's business, and we know what to do. So we did that, and
40K a Monday.
Yeah, like
after paying people.
But you understand, like, you need to buy machinery, invest in the golf course, because you can't keep calling the guys like, I need a grader, I need this.
Yeah.
Well, so you end
At some point you become a charity thing that's annoying to them as well.
You can't. You need to grow as a human being and end up calling them guys. I've got machines that are just sitting.
Do you need anything?
Maybe you might need, because golf courses are divided into two. There's a first 9 and a second 9. 9 holes, 18 holes. Maybe instead of like focusing on one machine doing this today, I could give you, just find another guy, an operator. I can give you the machine and you guys push your maintenance quicker. Lux, really? Yeah. So you must become that guy that gives back, and they can see 100%. That our investment actually went in decently into this guy.
Otherwise, people write you off.
Yeah, they write you off. Yeah. So look, those are the numbers, and we pushed those numbers so nicely. And we also, that's when I started to also take care of Soweto Country Club. The president of the club at the time was Date Slepe. The captain was Tsepo Chocho, who was at the time a senior in Metro Police Department. I think he's now resigned, and he's still a member at the Soweto Country Club. I used to bring out my machines, all of them, cut for the club the greens, and set up the golf course, because
for free.
Yeah,
as a way of giving back to the community.
I used to help Ndatem Kwanazi set up for club champs, and I used to bring like the quality of the real tradition of golf, bring it in the hood, so that people can experience what others experience, So even in competition, we actually on par. No one is ahead because they experience golf better than you. So we used to like really try with what we get in Boma Amarincha, reinvest back in the hood. And it worked for us, because today it's easy. I can say that I'm calling my friend. And who's my friend? I'm calling Muzi or Sipo or whoever. And these people are professional golfers. And if you didn't reinvest in the hood, you'd be calling Sipo maybe from Sun City Prison. Not from, like where's Muzi now? Muzi is playing on the Sunshine Tour, and they're playing in Swaziland. He tours the whole continent as wherever tournaments are, simply because we made a small contribution in both the environment that he then benefited from, and also him, the person, that he then really benefits from, and then moves, and he doesn't disappoint with the investment the same way that I didn't disappoint when others invested in me. Sure. Not with the money, with their machines, with their time, with the thinking. Lux, why don't you do this on these greens? Okay, yeah, actually good idea. Boom, boom. So it all works out. The biggest problem with our people, Ben, is we think we need money for everything. We actually don't need money. We need the will, we need people. Then, money is, I wish people would understand, Ben. Money is a result. It's not an action. You can't action money. You need to be committed and married to the process. The process will give you a result being money. You have to burn the CDs. They don't burn themselves.
Yeah.
You have to put work in the golf course. It doesn't put work in itself. And as a result, people play, that you take care of them. They're happy. My biggest profit was seeing them smile, because then that means that it translates into hand in pocket, pocket in till. Young Ton?
Sure.
So I'm not focused in hand in... people need to understand, money is not what... Money is a piece of paper. Money is almost a myth. Money is almost like magic. Money is almost like magic.
Yeah.
Don't want it. Don't follow it too much, because if you follow it, this hand is doing something.
Sure.
You must focus on this hand, because that's where the means of production are. Let's work. Let our hands work. Our minds equally work. You will see, money will be all over. That's one of the reasons why I'm not an e-wallet activist. You can't send me an e-wallet so that I can say something about Eskom or not say something about Eskom, because we make our own money. And we've been making it for decades now. And if you want to now say to me that I am Chana in the political space, I am Chana, I'll give you something. Story. But they've now learned, because we are those that go against the grain. They now learn, Pen, that geez, he's the one that can actually pour us money. Now they're the ones that do the calling. Jana, we've got a program. Please sponsor the taxis. If I resonate with the program, I'll sponsor the taxis. So let's fast forward now.
No
Now,
problem. Emirentia, how long are you there for? What do you do after that?
So I then literally have an escape plan, not because of anything, but let's just call it that. An escape plan or a transitioning plan, because my first love is aviation. And aviation is amongst the most expensive things you can do. Because think about it. If you open an aviation company and you say you're doing charters, my God, you need a helicopter. You're talking about millions straight. There's no favors there. You can't. It's not the soccer boots. Give me your old soccer boots. It's not lend me your machine, your grader. You can't say lend me your helicopter. Pen, come on, you can't. So I then take all this money that I'm making at the golf course, and I'm declaring it with my family that all money in aviation.
This is something that you wanted as a kid, or something you stumbled upon?
That was my first love and profession, man.
Like, I want to be a pilot.
I've got pictures
as a kid.
I've got pictures when where I'm doing this, and you know that thing that Usain Bolt used to do.
Yes.
And I do that when I look at a plane, and my mom and them would be like, don't worry, you're going to one day get on it and all that. and yeah, it happened that way. And you know, I then said to myself, all money in pen, and I went to different flight schools, started paying to start doing, and I realized that the money that I have is not enough, and it can't just end like this. And you know, when you are tested, you can't be badass if you've never been tested. That's why even when people take shots at me, I'm like, why is the universe still trying to sharpen me? I don't look at it as a bad thing. Like when all of a sudden you start talking nonsense about me,
sure.
Like, I'm like, isn't this role the one? Is there a bigger role? Because it's the only reason why you out of nowhere talk about you. I must be sharpened even more. I mean, I must have a harder skin. Right now, that's my outlook on life. So I'm like, okay, let me see. There's no way that I can come all this way to fail. And I hire an office pen. I'm like, again.
This is golf club money.
Yeah, but it's running out. Aviation is a different ballgame. What you saying? It's running out, that thing. And I'm like, hey dog, you need to make a plan, dude. So all that experience is coming in now. Like, okay, I'm in the aviation space. I've got this golf space. My name is brilliant. Good for it. The people in golf have the money. The people in aviation look at me as just a black lighty. Because, you know, aviation is like people who enjoy whiskeys and alcohol. They've got an acquired taste. Yeah. You can't change their mind overnight. They're not beer drinkers. Black man. No,
those
guys are different.
Sure.
So I'm now confronted with a new challenge. I'm like, hey, what do I do now? I must move different. Office. I get an office. I start saying, I do charters. I thought that the black story would sell. I'm a black kid from Soweto trying to get his school fees money. And like, oh, well done. They go to whoever they always mess around with. So there's different markets in aviation. Guys that would just want to do scenic flights. They just want to fly with their girlfriends over the Joburg at night and see the lights. That's a market. And there's guys that just want to go to the wildlife and just look at rhinos from the top. There's guys that maybe it's like a mission, security side of aviation, to say that there's wildlife poachers or whatever it may be. But you need, like, you talk about like high skill pilot requirements there. And you talk about guys that just want to charter to Cape Town, to whatever event, to the Met or Durban, to the horse, to the July. So there's a big calendar. There's an annual calendar with big events and big markets. You pop 1-2 flights a month, you are breaking even point. The third one, you really in the money, because breaking even point, because this machine, first of all, when you start off, it can't belong to you. Where did you get the 2, 3, 4 million to buy these machines, or even one machine? Now, if you talk about having four machines, you're talking double-digit millions. Who's funding that? You can't. So you have to use your head. half a year goes by, 2 seasons go by. Seasons doesn't like real seasons, like August, September. Not months, like summer, winter, etc. They go by. I'm like, ice, but it's too dry here. What do we do?
Have you left the golf club?
Transitioning. I'm now literally at the airport because I do the school and I do the business. Because I need to.
You have an office. Sorry.
Yeah.
You have an
aviation
office? What does the office do?
Well, it's trying to do. Say, what's the office trying to do?
Sure.
It's not doing anything.
Are you trying to partner with people that own vehicles to try and get them a market?
No, the back end is nice because
Sure.
don't forget, like I'm nice with relationships and people.
Sure.
And I'm like to Penwell, who's already in the charter space. Instead of your helicopter hanging, I'm going to try get business.
Sure.
But business with my AOC.
Sure.
Airline operating certificate with my charter airline.
Okay.
Ne?
You never needed a piloting license yourself.
No, but I was studying at the time.
You wanted to fly as well?
I was flying, Pen.
You were flying?
Pen, I'm taking you through this thing.
Okay. Please, sir.
Where did I lose you? So I can find you.
No, you lost me where you're telling me 2 seasons have passed and it's dry. So I'm trying to figure out in these 2 seasons, are you working at the golf club? What are you doing?
No. I said
in your office?
I already said to you, I'm transitioning from golf. It's behind me.
Okay.
I'm getting into the aviation space. Pen,
Someone else is now running the golf club.
Listen to me.
Sure.
I then said to you, the aviation money is also proving not to be enough in this aviation space.
Sure.
The golf money is not proving to be enough. I'm now
to keep afloat and do everything you need to do
as a student.
Yeah.
So it takes me through, because there's something called student pilot license up until ATPL, and then you've got your commercial pilot license, and you've got this. So to get there, it's literally $1 million ain't nothing.
It's
nothing.
$1 million.
Yeah, it's
to
nothing.
get your flying hours.
It's nothing. Not even the hours. The hours is a different amount of time, money. I'm saying just for school, go licensing that you need. So I'm like, nobody told me this because we don't have mentors. Us, we come from a different background. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're first generation pilot, you are first generation golfer, you are first generation this. So at least those come after you, then you can at least advise them. So I'm like, man, what do we do? You open a business, but this market is not responding to this business, and the black story doesn't sell here. That's what I figure out and understand. I'm like, I have to do something. The next year, January, I went to Jetline Hyde Park. I've had a relationship with that Jetline for the longest time, and even if I want to print something at 10 rand, I go there because they are printing. This thing that I printed there gave me all the luck in the world. I printed.
Jetline is a printing company. Sorry, someone might think Jetline is like a jet.
Oh yeah,
hiring.
Yeah, I see. Jetline
it's a printing company.
It's a printing company. So I print a picture of an old white man that I don't know from online. Then they help me so that it doesn't pixelate. They do their thing, their Jetline. I put it on a frame. I put it in the office. And the newcomers like, so what's this Native Airways? Who owns it? I'm like, I just work here. The old man, you know how they do. They just pass it down the line. Then the white people buy into it because it's a white person's It's a white person's company.
Where were you operating from?
Neketsa ko Midrand.
Oh, the airport there.
The
Grand Central? What's it called?
Go Grand Central.
Grand Central.
Operator liko Lanseria.
Okay.
King Air were part of our back end
Sure.
plugins and so forth.
So you pull a Jordan Belfort.
Mamela.
Wolf of Wall Street, and you put an old white man, then you're like, hey,
Jaga, let me tell you, like I said, that was my line for days. No time. First quarter of the year. But I'm doing like 4 flights a month in it.
You're a middleman?
No, it's my Native Airways.
Yes.
Please Google Native Airways. And it's still a shelved company
Sure.
now because I'm not using it anymore.
Sure. I'm talking about the vehicles.
Yeah. That when I started,
you're not flying. You're just getting clients.
Some I'm flying.
Okay.
Yeah. Some I remember like some would say we want pictures of maybe the squatter camp that's developing in 4 ways. We just want because before drones, right? So we'd be out there. Boom, boom, boom. Did work for BMW as well. BMW mainland was opening. They were launching that BMW mainland, and we flew in. We dropped the key with the helicopter, and we did the things.
You were flying helicopters only?
No. Actually, started with fixed wing.
Small plane.
So fixed wing is anything that is an aeroplane.
Okay.
The wings are fixed. That's
Sure.
why it's called fixed wing.
Or a chopper
and
would
then a chopper
spinning.
because the wings, the rotors are moving around.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you'd fly planes and helicopters.
So I then transitioned to helicopters.
Okay.
Because a plane needs a landing strip. And in our hustle spirit, we need to land anywhere, anytime. What are you doing wanting us things to land here?
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, this market of planes can actually work because sometimes people I can get a high school to give me landing rights quickly and land you at a high school nearest the place you are going. And after you meeting, it's still there.
Yeah.
We go to the next spot, but you can't do that in a plane.
Yeah.
And like, if I knew, I would have invested earlier in this
Sure.
thing. So I then shifted into that space, which made a lot of money because of, again, the infrastructure is not hectic where you land.
Yeah.
You know, so as long as you check out with Civil Aviation Authority, etc., and we made decent money with that.
Do you remember how much flights would cost to charter and any profit margin?
Yeah. So what depend, Ori? You know, business. I want people to learn this about business. When you are in spaces like aviation, where you don't have a rate card because it's all tailor-made.
Okay.
Like Penn says, I'm going to Cape Town. It's not a mango flight where you say it's X amount.
Yeah.
Okay, where in Cape Town, in the Western Cape, are you going? For how long are you going there? Are we staying there, or are we? If you say no, you wait because because you're the money guy, right?
Yeah.
At any given time, if I get a call, I'm expecting a call from Durban. If I get it, I must go. So I can't have you leave here. So we're chilling with you in hotels, we're waiting. So it's all tailor-made pricing. It's not really like a rate card. More I can tell you. I remember flying to Durban is X amount. Our space was never that.
Okay.
So it's difficult to say. But when the money started coming in, we saw different type of money. But way better than the golf course. We're like, this is the investment I was anticipating. And, you know, when all this is happening, my mom and dad, they had a property out in Spruitview. And that property, when they divorced, my grandmother put it in the trust for me to take over the property at a certain age. And because I had a plan to get my dad out of crime. Actually, he also had a plan. It was not like my plan alone. And you're like, Ndwana, you know all these street people and you know your type, because it's his type. It's not my type, those people. So your type, Njatao, they all like spending on alcohol because I don't drink. I'm just that guy. So I'm not part of that vibe. So let's sell alcohol. And when they drink our alcohol. Let me tell you, today that property is a double-story property, all from alcohol, nothing else. My dad literally left all that criminal space and just focused on the alcohol business. When you look at my dad's brother into the security space, perhaps all my life he's been in the security space. I'll take you one day to his house, hunting space. So we would hunt. People would come from all over the world, hit him up. They'd hunt big wildlife out there, and security space and hunting. And if you look at me and you really focus and you put the lens, you'll see that you could see that my background has a lot of that. And it's called like where I come from. That's what it is.
Sure.
The hustling space. It's thanks to how I was raised that we've got the spirit of hustling. Where I was raised, being the hood, being Soweto, you've got that spirit. And as you move, as you grow, you go to other places and you don't mess up the opportunities, you maximize, and you see it becomes an equation of success. That plus this equals to who you then become. But if you are bad with investments and people and networks, it becomes this plus this minus this.
Yeah.
Then equals to, it can't be the same amount.
Sure.
You see? So that's, I mean, that's where that's the business journey.
I don't know if you'd give estimates of how much you're making. You told us about 40,000 every Monday. Estimates in aviation.
Do you know?
And how long you were there for?
I nearly gave you like serious estimates, but people, I'm here for those who want the business lesson. Yabo? Because you know we're living in hard times. Then
Yeah.
people will really want to take those numbers
Yes.
and not mean well
I
with
hear
those
you.
numbers. And
No
all of
problem.
a sudden, like, you know, my example, Maponya during the July unrest, Kumbula when we had that problem with Jacob Zuma going to prison and people now.
There were riots and
Riots.
you guys were
And
defending Maponya
yeah,
Mall.
we defend Maponya Mall. We come out with AK-47s, and all of a sudden, all my properties are raided. People are looking for AK-47s because some politicians are saying, not everyone will receive the good you do for people,
I
for
hear you.
communities, and will use that information for good.
Yeah.
They just feel threatened. Why?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to gaya dipari ammunition against me or others
I hear you.
that would want to. But I think the story that you and I are able to share with the millions of people across the world today is that regardless of your background, if you really want to achieve it, you will achieve it. And that's not just in theory, practical. And you can't only pray about it, guys. You have to work for it.
Sure.
You have to. If people could match their prayers with action, or even greater action, I promise you, most people would be successful.
Sure.
Yeah, bo? So now I like to always tell people that I pray in action. I pray in action for sure. The things that I do, I break bread, and for me that's like giving to the church when I give to the communities or give to people, because I could line up people that we've literally touched with intentionally. We're very intentional with saying that we must invest in this guy, we must invest in that community, we must invest in X amount. Pen, when you take 4 million and say, I'm not building a house in Parkhurst, in Sandton, in Park, whatever. I'm building a house 4 million worth in Soweto. Do you know what you just did? You just took that 500,000 per house community and literally gave all your neighbors an extra million, because numbers don't allow that this property is 4 million, this one remains.
You increase the value
You
of
just
the
increased
area.
everybody. It's like you just knocked 300,000. Hi, I'm your new neighbor 300,000. I'm your new neighbor 400,000.
Sure.
But people don't even look at it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So adding real value is not even about the money. It's about the money. Like I said, it's an after effect. It's a symptom of the cause, and the cause is not. You can't action money. You action a real cause that results into money. So I think that's the greatest lesson that young people need to understand. You have to fall in love with the hustle. You have to fall in love with the business and actually get the business going.
Yeah.
You have to fall in love with waking up. If you own a laundry, waking up and washing. If they say it's load shedding, no problem, because you in it. You go down on your knees, vas plank, and you take whatever in your maybe in your moskotolong, and you put water in and wash your client's laundry, because you don't want to be the guy that says, how must then Pen go to work tomorrow with dirty laundry? Pen must know that with or without load shedding, if you take your laundry to Lux, perfect.
It's gonna get sorted.
Do you understand? But
Sure.
we don't fall in love with the work. We fall in love with the money. Our price list, and we are profile. Yeah, man, but man, Richuna website, I say website, Richuna profile. I say profile these days, get social media. Your Instagram account looks so good, but your business is so bad. You don't even have a business that time, but you've got an Instagram account that's like posting something that looks like a business.
Yeah.
So now you could rather say, where is his business even? We don't even know where's his business. But you come to the crib, you'd fall in love with the crib. If you left your party and came to my house, you'd understand why I don't go out partying, because my house is just as comfortable. You understand what I mean?
Sure.
I don't go out, and if you come to my house, you understand why I don't go out, because the crib is right. Like
For a club at home. Mangena, how long have we been recording? 55. I wanted to ask if you're comfortable to share post the golf club and the aviation company.
Yeah.
Just a summary of how else you've made money or how you're making money now.
Yeah.
But Nakona, if you feel it might attract the wrong attention, it's fine to not share.
Look, I won't give you details. We explained why, but right now money is in different currencies. So we've got businesses overseas, whether some you're just consulting on.
Businesses or investments?
Or businesses. Investments we do have, big time. Because everybody that's watching, at least most people that are watching would know that we are actually into farming.
Okay.
We have farms, and when you're farming, you are producing, and we don't produce and hope the market will take. We produce what the market needs.
Sure.
We produce based on, example, Penwell saying that, Spale, my supermarket, I need X amount of strawberries.
Yeah.
But then we plant for Penwell because Penwell has given us an offtake.
Sure.
Boom. We're planting for Penwell.
Sure.
But that's commercial farming. And my guys around me do the commercial farming. I don't do commercial farming. I profit share with those who do commercial farming on my land.
Okay.
I farm for the people that come to my farm for rehab. To feed all those people 3 times a day. No joke. You need to be a real farmer to be able to feed mouths. And again, it was also a lesson that I instill in everybody that is young in my family. If you can feed yourself, the family, you're ready to feed the nation. People would then say, let's go into farming, and you just want to feed Soweto as a market or the nation, and you've never fed yourself in farming or your family. Can never be.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So some of us are brilliant at what we do, not because Wits University has said, here's a degree of farming. Simply because I produce that thing.
Sure.
I produce food that I eat. I produce food that everyone who comes to me eats. I produce food that my animals eat. Do you understand what I mean? So I am more than certain that if there's a serious crisis in this country and food must be produced, I am one of the experts that can produce that.
Come
food.
on.
I'm telling you, because I'm doing it for myself and family, and even strangers that I meet that come to my rehab, and I say, hi, how are you, Shosho? What's your problem? Oh, Nyaupe, sharp, Crystal, no problem. Come this side. One of the things I do, I transfer the farming skills to them because they must learn how to feed themselves. Because the biggest trap, economic trap, is food. People took away the ability for you to produce your own food.
Yes.
That's why you must always wake up and go work for them.
Yes.
You go to school for them. You go to work for them. The school, their school prepares you to work for them.
Yes.
They can never teach you how to work against them.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So you find some of the people that you guys used to call Nyaupe, they can feed you 10 times over. Simply by only spending a full cycle, a year or two of farming, because you need to know what to do as a farmer in the winter. You need to know what to do as a farmer in the summer. You need to know what to do as a farmer in autumn, in all seasons. You can't tell me that you're a farmer and you went to Wits University,
Sure.
where you were just and it's not a shot at Wits. Well done for educating people, however you do. But you were just writing this thing that in summer we do this. You uzokhala.
I wanted to ask, so you run a rehab where some of the, I don't know if it's called attendees or whatever it is there.
Yeah, I call them cadets.
Cadets.
Yeah.
Would you be open to, because there's kids who are like, look, I don't have a drug problem. I want to come to the farm and learn how to farm.
Yeah.
Would you be open to that? Are you open to that?
Look, Pen, we have a serious crisis in this country where we just pay attention to negatives. Simply because you've effed up your life and you took drugs. Nhlanhla will focus on you. But what about that kid who didn't take drugs?
Sure.
Who was disciplined enough to say that I'm actually going to listen to my parents and elders, and now I'm 25, I've got this degree, no job, I want to do farming, as I need a real skill. I don't need theory now. But Nhlanhla can't take us. Must I first sniff something, maybe then I can get his attention. So we need to move away from that. We really need to invest in brilliance, guys, and positive stuff. So we do have an intake of such people.
Yeah.
They'll obviously not go into the rehab space. They'll go into the instructors space, because as an instructor, you also get all these skills transferred to you. It's not only these ones, because you need to also you have a responsibility of taking care of these people, making sure that they learn. But how can you make sure that they learn what they're learning if you don't know what they're learning? So you need to learn ahead of them so that they can learn after you, and you can then take responsibility.
Any businesses you'd still like to get into? Do you have a number of how much you'd like to make? Are there any entrepreneurs out there that you'd like to attract, that maybe if they were listening, they're like, hey, I didn't know this guy was
Yeah.
into...
No, I'm okay. I don't want any to attract anyone.
You could?
I'm more than fine.
Is there no business that you're still trying to get into? Crypto?
Crypto? No.
Ripple?
No.
Ethereum?
No.
Bitcoin?
No. Let me tell you what.
No crypto?
No.
Forex?
Spal. No.
Okay, into a Shama house party.
For what?
As manager, my artist,
Are you taking me back to the day in grade 9 I bought a Beetle? I must go back to grade 9.
Grade 9?
Pen.
Let's manage my piano artist and send them abroad.
No. But that's a mine, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a mine. For people who are
our
smart.
Creative arts.
Let me tell you, arts are a mine that has more value than a gold mine, because gold mines, you can run out of minerals, then you close down, rehabilitate the mine, and you have to leave. Africa is not going to run out of the art space. The art space is what they again, their education taught you that you must look down on it. And they associated with drinking and aye. But that aye, if you look at it and you look at it from a sober point of view, you could package the aye and take it to Canada. And that aye,
Germany.
Trust and believe me. Do you know Caesar with his latest hit? My God, he's been traveling the world. I don't think school could have taken him around the world like the song took him around the world. So if you understand the arts in South Africa, whether it's theater, it's TV, it's even radio, or even pen and paper, or drawing, or painting, or music, we'll never run out of arts. It's a mind that will never run dry. If you're in that space, you're in the right space. You just have to know how to package and sell internationally. You need that market, you need the networks internationally to really push. You can.
Would you host a masterclass? Would you mentor kids that want to get into the golf business, that want to get into aviation? They're like, look, you started, you're doing something else now.
For sure.
But we want to carry on with the legacy that you started. We want to own golf courses. We want to run golf clubs.
Yeah.
We also want to get into aviation. We want to fly airplanes.
What type of kids? I could. Well, when you speak reality, if you giving me Van Veek's kids and Van Veek says mentor this kid, I can almost guarantee the kid will be a billionaire.
Okay.
But if you give me Penwell's son, my trick of having the white man on the wall is now on podcast. It's not going to work because your own market, your own black brothers and sisters that have money are not going to support you. So maybe we must, instead of having a master class that says to kids, be this and come, I'll show you this, we must have a master class of people that are black that are getting money, whether from Lotto, Road Accident Fund, or from pure business like we did, etc., or from just politics, or from stealing money. You are in politics, you're now stealing a lot of money. We must come to the masterclass and show you how to give back to your people and use this money so that a real young person that's coming out of the woodworks in Tanzania or Ematadeni, how we can invest in these young people. There is no deliberate, intentional investment from black to black. It's social clubs. It's just like, and again, social clubs, maybe in the golf space, to say, what can we do for Maketa Masibuko, the professional golfer? Let's come, you must play with us. And Maketa outswings them, shoots 6 under. And like they just have a high for the moment. What can we do? And they promise Maketa things that never materialize. It's unfortunate. These are your black brothers. But the white guys, especially if you're going to get invested in, you're going to get invested in. And my message again to black brothers, a young Penwell who's out there doing great. If white people are going to invest in you, take that investment. We've got a complex in this country. If Penwell has white friends, he's a sellout. Penwell is, they don't understand that you could have attracted white people because you are greater than them, and they're just attracted to the greatness.
Sure.
No, because of their own complex, their own issues. I is a white project. I'm a white project. You are really, in the township, there's a group of young people that are now parents today that are struggling, because back in the day when we transitioned from apartheid, 94, 95, 96, there were these young kids that are now being rushed to multiracial schools. They were going with transports, being woken up at 4 a.m., 5:30 a.m. Beep, 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 transport. I was one of those kids. They dress you while you are sleeping. Your mother just washes you, you don't even see what's going on. And transport comes and you're carrying a big bag and you're going in. We don't understand what the psychological effect of that child then becomes when they're older. Until Wits University makes a study and names and gives an English name to this condition that says that, it can't be normal for a child doing standard 1, grade 3, who is 9, 10 years old, to wake up every day at 4 a.m. And his counterparts are waking up at 7:30 to get to school at 8 o'clock because they live around the school. And then he must then compete with the same people who are fresh in mind. And then when they don't perform well, because they're also expected to do sports, Nhlanhla, they then are called, they're not academically strong. We are then called remedial. By the way, I've never been called remedial, but many people have. And they then have to be misdiagnosed and given Ritalin because they're telling your mother that, hey, this boy has ADHD and your mother's too much English for them. But it's a white person that's saying it, so your mother has no choice but to accept it. And now I'm on this medication for 15 years, misdiagnosed. That has now screwed me apart, Pen. And for those who were not put on medication, they were subjected to believing and being conditioned to believing that they can't be great. You can't expect a child that woke up at 4 to perform the same way with one that woke up at 7 o'clock for an 8 o'clock class. You can't. It's impossible. Instead of investing in the schools in the township so that we can also walk to brilliant schools, we'll get woken up at 4 to go to the brilliant schools. And today, fast track, we spend most of our lives being called average. What if I'm actually brilliant? What if I'm actually a real academic? The environment just did not, and the systems that were in charge of that were the order of the day were not set up for me to be brilliant. Just tell me what if. Have you seen a child that plays? You've got kids, Pen. After kids play, it's a matter of time before they start sleeping.
Sure.
So I didn't sleep. I then had to play the same way you played during break. I had to focus the same way you focused in the classroom. After school, I must be in the same soccer team, rugby team with you and focus. And now I'm in the taxi with strangers. What time am I doing my homework?
Like, also the food you're eating is not conducive, if you're lucky.
Every day. So people take life for granted until University of Johannesburg, Professor Van der Merwe does a study and says, this is actually the what generation. Hey, man. Then our black parents will be like, hey, bana baruna shem. But they don't actually understand what we had to go through. Black parents don't understand that we found the township like this, as it is now. Now, all the social ills are not because of us, it's because of them. They must actually take responsibility. We found them like this. What I have to do on a daily basis to dodge a habli, dirty pipe, and avoid it, and avoid being introduced to drugs, and as a girl avoid being chowed at a party and come back home pregnant. They don't know what we have to do to actually come out the other side as a disciplined child. They have no clue. They have no clue because they fail as parents to ensure that the environment is conducive for us to achieve greatness. But they are mothers. If you all remember, people that are watching this, our grandparents were able, without education, without a proper job, they were able to feed a household of 10 to 15 people, no mistake, every night. But our mothers are stuck with us with a few children now, and we barely making ends meet. We're barely making ends meet. Our own parents are sending off their young girls balopand. Because why? Baona ba pallako, where's at the ends to meet a pen. But you see, it's tough. It's very tough. You can't even say get into business. You can't even say go find a job. What job? My parting shot is that if people in townships understood what Penwell and I once discussed, to say that townships can never be our home. Go back home. Go back to the villages. Land is free. Land, you just go to your chief. Waipega, Uyasbega, which me, I'm Mang's child. They don't Google those people. They work on another system. Oh, your mama's child from guy. Oh, the family that went to, okay, sharp. They cut you a piece of land right now. The neighbors, someone, the chief will not just give you a piece of land. Someone will even give you a goat or two. The mothers will teach the females that you come with. They'll teach them how to plant. Msadimo rale mamo. We're planting. Our families eat from the ground. There's nothing that is keeping us in Soweto, in Tanzania, in fucking these townships. There's nothing. Townships are an apartheid design that was deliberately designed to achieve chaos so that they can profit out of the chaos. Your only way to survive in that chaos, if you must find a job, and guess who has all the jobs? The guys who owns the factories. Who are they? The infrastructure is not designed for you to flourish. It's designed for you to survive.
I want to shut it down, man, but I had a question.
Sure.
Let me ask. This is loaded. But this is my last question, and then we can close. You used to be the face of Operation Dudula.
Yeah.
Currently, Operation Dudula is trending, and I interviewed two ladies that are involved at senior levels. Siso Zandile Tabula and Siso Ayanda Ndlovu. I'm only raising that because you are linked. But I don't want you to speak politics. I want you to share your personal views, if you may, because I've got mine. What are foreigners doing right in this country from a culture perspective of entrepreneurship that the ordinary South African child can hopefully learn from? Forget legal, illegal foreigners.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking about a culture. I see the same thing from Nigerians, Pakistanis, Somalians, Ethiopians, Bangladeshis, in various ways. And again, I'm not speaking the politics. But for the average black South African child to say, look, you can fight illegality and those issues, but just from a business perspective, is there anything we can learn from them? What could we learn from them as a potential source of learning outside of ICAS?
I think the first thing we must learn from Africans who find themselves in South Africa, like you were saying, legal or illegal, is the power of unity. The power of unity is the first lesson that we must learn from them, because these people know how to stick together. And let me tell you, some of them probably don't vibe with each other on a normal day. But come the day, come the hour, they are together. They are together. In Soweto, we've got an ESCOM crisis. But with the numbers that we have in Soweto, numbers of people that can pay into a trust account. If I open a trust account and say this belongs to the people of Soweto, each household just pay 100 Rand a month. We'll be able to buy our own electricity and sell excess electricity to South Africa. Now Soweto's lending South Africa electricity. It's possible with 100 Rands a month. Do you think it will happen? But if I collect Zimbabweans and put them in one stadium and say, since you guys are here, legal, documented or undocumented, for you to thrive here, here's a trust account, put 100 Rands in. Do you know that before the month ends, that thing will be a 1 billion Rand trust fund? And again, for me, it's reflected in the education system. That's why I hate our education system. One thing that someone like Robert Mugabe managed to do, whether you like him or not, was to invest in an almost perfect education system. I said almost perfect education system that assisted the ones that received the education to survive anywhere in the world.
Sure.
If you take Autitaka, go Matatin, go Middlelands, go Soweto, go Alexandra, and they wake up in the heart of Zimbabwe. Cornflakes, crybabies, softies. But of course, we are animals at the end of the day. They'll adapt, right? But it won't be at a pace that a Nigerian will adapt if they wake up in any country. Unity education system. Unfortunately, the education system is not in the hands of one person. It's in the hands of these filthy politicians who most of the time are too colonized themselves to even see that the education system has a problem. Some of them honestly don't see it.
Sure.
They don't see that it's important for the education system to activate the hands and the mind, not only the mind. Here in South Africa, we've got brilliant people with brilliant minds sitting in street corners. Street corners. Wadlala, chief. Then you find a Mozambican who comes in and says, what's the problem? Every problem that you encounter in your house as a man, you outsource to another man. My plan B, another man must
These
come.
are facts.
Your woman that you lay in bed with thinks of another man when there's a leakage. Not you. Your woman is still going to be chowed by these men because instinctively these women are also animals at the end of the day. Their instinct, things they can't control. Their genetic memory says that I'm more safer now with this plumber. I can't keep calling this guy. This one is the one that must tip. And you will blame mom side. Hey, I'm sorry. Because we are useless as men.
Oh, you're triggering me. Men that have money hide that aspect very easily. It's exposed when they don't. But the reality is, even the rich man, when his woman needs security, plumbing, electrical, a cleaner, a driver, they have to get another man. Would like him, this one's paying. If he doesn't have the money, she's paying to go and outsource other men. The only thing that's unique you might be bringing is maybe penis.
Nanja, even if there's a serious crime committed in my property, the woman in my life, my mother, my sisters, mother of my kids, grannies, there's no woman that thinks of calling another man called a policeman. They call me first. If there's a problem, doesn't matter how big or small, they're going to call me. And now I'm lucky that the women in my life are so empowered. They know how to fix problems. Then when their hands fail them and their mind fails them, they know. Their 10,111 is me. I'll have a problem if I find you in my house, me. And but you know the Kiza was leaking. There's no Kiza that was leaking there. And you call Penwell because the Kiza was leaking, or the cows ran out of food, or they've got a cow that is struggling to give birth. You called who? Another man. Outsourced that solution. It's outsourced.
Sure.
What other solutions are being?
One of the biggest failures we've made as men, us, our fathers, is that lack of all the sort of skills that are meant to be manly. Because our female counterparts, some of the most educated, can do the basic cleaning, cooking, laundry, looking after kids that women are expected to do. But as umjita, the basics for umjita, we really suck.
Yeah, because you were conditioned, and I blame the women too. Women validate men's behavior. You and I can stab each other to death if there's a woman in the room that allows it. Women promote men's behavior. If men are weak in a country, just know that the women allowed it. Because if you and I post on Facebook, I'm posting the farm, you are posting alcohol. And all these women, now dopamine point of view, start hitting you up, like and commenting, oh, nigupi, yo, wangang bizanga, yo. And that farm picture is just sitting there, with 3 likes. And when I look at the likes, sometimes I see, it's Fandamero, and Mama.
Any other thoughts on foreign culture, specifically from a business perspective? Considering they're coming here to open businesses. Unity, of course, probably helps in business. I'm not sure if I'd agree with the education, at least from a business perspective, because a lot of their businesses are not so-called baskeleze Zimbabwe. It's practical, spaza shop, car workshop, etc.
Okay, I just want you to balance you with the education part. Why it's important that I say it's education. You just said their businesses are practical. And when you interrogate the education systems, they are practical skills. So they are conditioned for practical activity. So even if you introduce them to a new business, they're going to be hands-on in that business. If I introduce Ntwana Yako Mamilodi into a business, he's not hands-on in the business. He just wants the results, meaning the money. He doesn't want the action. And if you look at the business owners, you find a guy owning shops, he's still the one that's stocking. But if Penwell and Lux own 10 spazas, mang was stock.
Must go hire somebody.
Nakya stocker. Ayo nasan shebe grand wena. Ke chose ke bula henes. Ala tiri ice mo. So you see those things for me, I say school, I say education, and school is not only classroom, school of life. Because of a country with a proper education system, the education then is it becomes culture, becomes tradition, because even me, your grandfather, is a product of this education system. I instill it in the grandkids before the classroom can.
Yeah, facts.
But here in South Africa, we don't have that. My grandfather's there, I'm here, I'm found wanting.
And there's nothing he can teach you.
There's nothing he can teach me. So I'm then saying, again, if you want to speak about foreigners, South Africa, we're the biggest hypocrites when it comes to the issue of foreigners in relation to business. When you and I get into a car accident and you go to Bara, there's a big chance a Nigerian doctor is going to save your life and mine. But when we're fit on the streets, all foreigners must go. My brother, the biggest, there's two reasons why I left Operation Dudula. And by the way, Nhlanhla was never fired for Operation Dudula.
Jeez, you're responding.
I'm not responding. I'm straightening a curved line.
Okay.
So I was never fired simply because I was never employed. Operation Dudula had an organizational partnership with Soweto Parliament. Operation Dudula was a project inside Soweto Parliament in our space that resonated with the people's cries. In Soweto Parliament, our job was simple: to amplify the voices of our people. It's not tough. You don't have to think. You don't have to be a genius. What is the collective thinking and saying?
Yeah.
I must then amplify what they're thinking and saying. From there, how do I achieve solutions from what we are all discussing? Amplify what comes out of the collective. It's not tough. You don't have to be an A student to achieve that. What made me brilliant during the times of Operation Dudula was my ability to articulate issues, not because I'm smarter than anyone. So when Operation Dudula was about to go to a conference, people really thought that I must contest and participate, and I didn't. Then I refused to be a politician. That's the first thing that happened in Operation Dudula. But my two main reasons were that, number one, I always refused to be in politics. When Operation Dudula took a decision that they are converting the movement into politics, I was one of the people that said, over my dead body, this train can leave me behind. Politics. Number two, that broke the camel's back, was when, for the sake of trending and for the sake of relevance, for the sake of desperate acceleration, then had to change the course to fighting all foreigners, documented or undocumented. Not me. I'm too well traveled. I'm too exposed to understand that in the world we're interconnected. South Africa has embassies around the country, around the world, that says that we've got an international relation with many countries. We are not an island. If you say F all foreigners, to hell with all foreigners, that statement is too packed and you'll never carry it on your shoulders. And if you honestly clear, and it's not a mistake, that this is what you want to do, that train can also leave me. Guys, it's not a crime to disagree and say that I can't do this, you can carry on with it. I just don't understand why people must want to speak political English and try to revolutionize such a simple thing. There's no revolution in Lux saying that Ukraine ka Dudula. Ukraine ka Dudula. Must Dudula continue? If they continue on the premise of where it started, to say that we're fighting undocumented foreigners, especially those that are committing crime within our country. But I will even encourage some people that hit me up and say, Eamon, are we supporting Operation Dudula? With pleasure. And by the way, when I meditate, sometimes, I've meditated. Maybe for some people, I've prayed for Operation Dudula to actually, for that train to get back onto the rails, because it's a very important train as a pressure group, not as a political party.
Sure.
I've always prayed for that. But it's not for me to make the call. It's for whoever is there to make the call. As for Nhlanhla, Operation Dudula found me in the clouds. Operation Dudula left me in the clouds. I continue to live in the clouds. And I continue to fly at altitudes that no average person can comprehend. In this lifetime, we all have one life to live. Pila ya hao di o ratang ka teng. If I'm seen go ANC because you Penwell, like you personally you my guy. You have different views about the ANC.
Sure.
I have different views about the ANC. It doesn't mean that we can't agree to disagree and call me when you have a problem and say, oh, my mom wanted to say something, hold on, boom. And I say, hey, ma, how are you? Why must an organization, but I guess it's part of colonization, because colonization has conditioned us to believe in external things more than internal things. It's not us that matters, it's this thing. It's this thing. If I say, you know what, to hell with Kaizer Chiefs, or to hell with Orlando Pirates, now my Orlando Pirates family must now not even come to my funeral. Yeah, Vele, it's a sellout. What do you mean? So we don't have the right in this lifetime to live how we want. We wish it well. Let them continue. I actually want to see the next 10 interviews of Operation Dudula without Nhlanhla being mentioned. Or King, don't we have substance? Does he continue and remain to be substance? And again, it's not a shot. If I can help Operation Dudula, please believe me, I can, and I will. Not in person, because that time has gone. And I think Nav mastered me. Nhlanhla doesn't go back to grade 9 to buy a beetle again. I'll be failing the universe and all its energy that it's entrusted in this vessel, because it has a plan for me. I can't do things that I did in grade 9 in 2025. Let me tell you why I don't smoke happily. Let me tell you why I don't drink. Let me tell you why I'm not big on social media, like posting and content. I refuse to be a man of the house and of the family that I come from, but there's no difference between me and a 16-year-old. There's no difference. The 16-year-old smokes happily, I smoke happily. You go spaza, batla flavor. Ki batla data. O shebile trend ya mang lena comment. There's no difference between me and the 16-year-old. Guys, allow the 16-year-olds to be 16, please. Move and do it grown-up things.
Anything else to close with?
I think, for me, the strongest point that we've raised here, that people can actually achieve within a short space, a reasonable amount of space, is to look into going back to the provinces that they originally come from, acquire the land that they preach about in Soweto, singing political songs, Mhlaba Wethu. Go and take this land so that you can be part of a revolution that starts actually working the land, because we have excess land. We've got land that is unquantifiable in our traditional spaces, in our cultural spaces, in the provinces that we come from: Eastern Cape, Northwest, Free State, Limpopo. Go back. There's no reason why you must be in Shawela. The gold is finished, as far as I'm concerned, in Gauteng. Then it's only the name that exists. Go back. The same way that they were forced to come here. Your grandparents were forced. It was forced removals. Google it, because you believe in Google more than your own people. Google it. Forced removals. People were forced to come into Soweto so that they can be the engine of labor for their economic infrastructure. Even today, the traffic leaves Soweto and goes to the CBD, where no one from Soweto owns the buildings, owns the businesses. If we can all leave Soweto, the economy that you preach about will collapse, and yours, that is in line and aligned to nature, will rise. It's a position. Economy comes with infrastructure. As I close, we are a rugby nation. All of us have seen South Africa win the World Cup more than once in our lifetime. We are a clear rugby nation. But if I take away the rugby infrastructure being rugby fields, in 10 years' time, moving forward, rugby collapses. Economy requires infrastructure. Townships is the design and build infrastructure to service these economies. The longer you stay in the townships, the more their economy flourishes, because the infrastructure is working for the economy to flourish. Go back to where you originally come from, where they forcefully removed you, and start operating on that nature's economy, where food is not bought from the shop, where food is planted, where your hands work the ground, there won't be poverty. Because before contact, what contact you ask? Before colonization, before white contact, and not that the white man is the enemy, park that aside. Before contact, Africa did not have poor people. Poverty is a thing that just came. Mawuhluphekile, it means hauna plan but not food. Hauna plan but not food. Food is a real money. And clever people plant this money. And domkops use paper that they call money to buy money, which is food in shops. Bashayek dollar pen. We are screwed. To undo this process is a simple waking up, family meeting, bafetu, back to Matatiel. Back to Matatiel, where we actually have the land. It will take us a quarter of a year to start seeing some vegetables grow. We are on. That means we are now growing money. If we can eat and have food security, we need no man in this world.
Thank you, Lux.